Hello everyone, I'm Cloud and welcome to Anime no Mi. Today, continuing with the One Piece videos, we will continue with our videos of battles between characters. In today's video we'll go over the skills and techniques of two very powerful characters with flaming powers, and we'll see who would win if the two characters fought each other. In this video we are going to compare the skills of the revolutionary Sabo with the skills of Akainu, and we will talk about who could win during a fight, but remembering that the winner will depend on many factors to be able to defeat his opponent, and I already count on your help to leave your like in the video to support the channel. I also hope you subscribe if you're still new here, and leave your comments saying your opinions and what the next videos you want to see here on the channel. Now let's go to the video. Guys, Sabo and Akainu have a fighting style that is both similar and very different, as they both use their flaming fists during combat in most of the confrontations they participated in. However, Sabo has a unique technique called Ryusoken, in which he makes positions with his hand that resemble a dragon's claw. So far, we don't know much about this technique, but Sabo has already demonstrated three attacks that it has, being them the Ryu no Kajizum, a technique in which Sabo attacks the enemy with a three-finger claw-shaped hand strike, very similar those used in Chinese martial arts. Sabo utilizes this ability along with Haki to increase his power. This power was first demonstrated by Sabo being used against Jesus Burgess during the final battles of the Korea Coliseum, plus it was powerful enough to destroy the opponent's Busashoko Haki armor. Another Ryusoken technique is Ryu no Ibuki. Sabo places his fists on the ground while filling them with Haki. He then pushes them into the ground, creating an immense impact and a fissure in all directions. According to Sabo, the basis for this is to send the force of an attack through the earth, thus hitting the core of the place he wants to destroy, and then he exerts pressure on the place, causing the ground around him to be destroyed. This technique was used for the first time to completely destroy the arena of the Korea Coliseum, causing the place where they were fighting to be totally destroyed, leaving only small stones in the place for the competitors to be able to get around. After eating the Mera Mera no Mi, Sabo combined the fruit's power with the Ryusoke fighting style, creating the Moro Ryusoken Kane Ryuo technique, which is the strongest technique Sabo has demonstrated so far. After forming his claws and covering them with Busashoko Haki, Sabo uses the devil fruit powers in his hand, creating fire with his Mera Mera no Mi powers. Sabo then hits his opponent and spins them into the air before blasting his target with a blast of fire. This causes your opponent to be thrown into the air while spinning several times, as well as causing some burns from the firepower of the Mera Mera no Mi. We also see Sabo using this attack for the first time against Burgess, who was sent flying a great distance while suffering from the heat of the attack. This was a notable feat, proving his abilities, as he managed to defeat one of the 10 colossal captains of the pirates in Teach's crew. Like Sabo, Akainu is able to burn his enemies because of his devil fruit. However, his is said to be much more powerful, as he has the power of a magma fruit, which is visibly much stronger than fire. Proof of this is seen during the brief confrontation that took place between Ace and Akainu during the Battle of Marineford, where Akainu was shown to be much more powerful because of his fruit, easily managing to overcome Ace's flames. Apparently the Magu Magu no Mi is naturally more powerful than any fruit that can be related to fire. Only the user of the Tori Tori no Mi is able to withstand Akainu's attacks, as its flames give the user great regeneration power. So in a fight between Sabo and Akainu using only his devil fruits, Akainu would have a big advantage against Sabo's powers, but as said before, Sabo doesn't just use his Mera Mera no Mi. Sabo also uses a metal tube that apparently doesn't have anything special. However, using this metal along with his Haki and his devil fruit, he is able to turn this metal tube into an extremely powerful item, even managing to break diamonds with it. In a fight with Akainu, this would give him a big advantage over him, as Sabo could circumvent the Mera Mera no Mi's weakness compared to the Magu Magu no Mi, using his unique fighting style to defend himself and attack Akainu, because this would cause great damage to his body. But it is worth remembering that Akainu is very resistant and strong. During his fight against Newgate, he was able to withstand several blows with the power of Newgate's Gura Gura no Mi. Even though he was very injured, he still remained standing to fight Newgate, something to be surprised, as the difference in power between the two was visible, but Akainu was managing to keep up well in the fight. After all, because of Newgate's advanced age, his strength was not the same as in his heyday. This allowed Akainu to leave the Yonko very injured, even though in the process he also took many powerful attacks from Newgate, so we can see that Akainu has a body capable of withstanding many powerful blows from his opponents. It is not known if Sabo also has this level of strength, since his full ability has not been demonstrated, but it can be deduced that perhaps he also has an almost similar resistance, since his childhood he was strengthened, or after being recruited by the revolutionaries, he trained tirelessly. Thus he managed to become a very powerful person, to the point of being named as Dragon's right-hand man, being then the second in command of the revolutionaries, so his strength and endurance can be similar to Akainu's. We saw that Sabo doesn't even fear the admiral's powers. After all, we saw him facing Fujitora and not showing weaknesses in this this battle. Initially Akainu could have a big advantage over Sabo's powers because as said, his fruit is naturally much more powerful than Sabo's, and Akainu also has much more combat experience because he's older than him. Akainu had to defeat several powerful pirates to achieve the title he currently has, so his strength is recognized by everyone. Sabo, for being younger, he does have combat experiences, but few when compared to Akainu's battles. Because the revolutionaries' focus is not to defeat powerful enemies like the Navy, they seek to help people who are suffering because of the world nobles, and also to get information to gradually bring this whole group down, and then, because of that, they have to face the Navy in combat. So even though Sabo faced strong opponents during his missions, he possibly never faced an enemy as powerful as the enemies Akainu went through to achieve the highest rank within the Marines, because possibly Akainu had to fight with several enemies with a power level close to that of a Yonko to get that title. However, Sabo appears to be a prodigy, managing to easily adapt to his enemy's fighting style, including even the power he managed to obtain a short time ago. During the Dressrosa arc, Sabo managed to learn and adapt the Mera Mera no Mi quickly to be able to use your techniques, even managing to use techniques similar to what Ace used, showing that in less than a day Sabo was able to possibly reach a level close to Ace's in using the Mera Mera no Mi. Using his Ryusoken fighting style along with his fire fruit, Sabo would be able to inflict great damage on Akainu if he managed to hit him. It is unknown if he has advanced Haki knowledge, but if having it would increase his chances of victory, because with advanced Haki this would allow him to hit Akainu without having to be in physical contact with his opponent's lava power, using the emission to face him, so Sabo would have less risk of getting hit by lava. But we imagine that Sabo will focus on his devil fruit powers in a battle against Akainu. That's because Akainu was the one who said that magma fruit was a fruit naturally more powerful than Ace's, and that's why he took Ace's life, so Sabo would try to show him that the flames are stronger. It is very likely that Sabo ends up initially being at a disadvantage in the elemental issue, as Akainu was even able to beat Aokiji, who has demonstrated he has great control over his ice devil fruit. During their fight, Akainu proved to be much more powerful than the other admirals, as he managed to inflict large burns on Aokiji's body, even managing to completely burn his opponent's leg. So Sabo would be in serious danger, as it is unknown if his level of power and skill compared to that of a fleet admiral. Even though he is a very skilled character, this may not be enough, but he could adapt to combat. We know that Sabo has a freestyle of battle, being more similar to Luffy's style than Ace's style. In fact, he unifies the two styles, while being serious in combat at the same time he also has fun, while irritating his opponent, which could be an advantage against Akainu. Because as we know, the result of a fight does not depend only on physical strength but on a good strategy to be able to beat his opponent. If Sabo has a very quick thinking, he would be able to create many strategies capable of beating Akainu, but it is visible that he would have to dodge all of his blows, because if only one blow hits him, it could define the outcome of the battle, as Akainu has the ability to easily take the lives of his opponents. This fight, as we can see, was the battle we brought where the two who are facing each other have similar powers, at the same time that the fighting styles are completely different. And as much as Akainu has a greater fame, Sabo can still surprise us even more with his abilities that have not yet been presented in detail, even more because of his fighting style, with the unique and different abilities that he has shown to be very powerful. But I would like to know your opinion. If Akainu and Sabo fought, who do you think would win? Did Sabo have any chance of beating him? Could Akainu defeat Sabo? Leave your opinion in the comments, and also comment which battles you want to see on the channel. Thanks to all of you for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed the content and information in today's video. We hope that we will always continue together talking about the news of the anime and the manga, so comment your doubts, news, or what you think will happen in the anime in the future. Also comment on the new videos you want to see here on the channel. We'll see you again in the next video. I'll wait for you here. Bye.